This is my yard. Why would I move away from it?
I told you to drop the tools immediately.
Sir, I live here. I'm gardening. What exactly is the
You're
issue?
refusing to comply with my commands.
I'm asking you why. This is my property.
That's enough. Get down on the ground.
It was 11:50 a.m. on a Saturday morning in a quiet suburban area of Phoenix, Arizona, when Officer Matthew Harland made a decision so irrational, so indefensible, that it would end his law enforcement career in less than 48 hours. The elderly woman standing in her own front yard, working carefully among her plants, wasn't committing any crime. She was retired Judge Gloria Harper, a 70-year-old black woman who had served on the Arizona Superior Court for 31 years before retiring just 2 years earlier. She was planting flowers in her own yard. What unfolded over the next 11 minutes would cost Officer Matthew Harland everything, cost the city more than $800,000, and become one of the most widely shared police misconduct videos ever recorded. Because Matthew's body-worn camera captured every single moment. Before we dive into this unbelievable story, tell us where you're watching from. Drop your location in the comments and hit that subscribe button now, because what you're about to witness is so outrageous, it almost defies belief. Trust me. Gloria Harper had lived in her Arcadia neighborhood home for 42 years. She and her late husband Leonard purchased it in 1983, when their daughter was just 5 years old. Leonard passed away 4 years earlier, and Gloria now lived alone, though her daughter visited regularly, usually twice each week. The home was a modest ranch-style house designed for desert living. Instead of grass, the front yard featured decorative stones, drought-tolerant plants, and neatly maintained flower beds. Gloria took pride in her yard. It was functional for Arizona's climate, and beautiful. Every Saturday morning, weather permitting, she spent 2 to 3 hours tending to it. That Saturday, she was planting flowers she'd purchased from a local nursery the day before, bright yellows and deep purples meant to bring life to the neutral desert tones. She wore a light blue long-sleeve shirt and comfortable pants. Her gardening tools, a small trowel and a watering can, rested nearby on the rocks. Officer Matthew Harland was 27 years old and had spent 4 years with the Phoenix Police Department. While driving routine patrol through the neighborhood, he noticed Gloria kneeling in the yard. Something about it felt wrong to him. An elderly black woman doing yard work in an affluent neighborhood. Her white vehicle was parked in the driveway behind her. In Matthew's mind, the picture didn't make sense. He had already formed assumptions about who lived there, and who performed yard work there. Those assumptions were about to destroy his life. Matthew parked his cruiser and stepped out, walking up the driveway with one hand resting on his service weapon, an intimidation stance he frequently used. His body camera was rolling. "Ma'am, put the tools down and step away from the property." Gloria looked up, startled. She hadn't heard the car arrive. "This is my garden. Why would I step away? I said put the tools down now." Gloria rose slowly, her knees stiff after kneeling for nearly 20 minutes. She stood 5'2", weighed around 115 pounds, and moved like someone in their 70s. She posed no threat. "Sir, I live here. I'm gardening. What seems to be the problem?" But Matthew had already categorized her: yard worker, trespasser, possible burglar. Her claim of ownership only deepened his suspicion. "You're refusing to follow instructions." Gloria's confusion turned into irritation. "I'm asking for a reason. This is my home. That's it. Get on the ground. Hands behind your head." To Matthew, the command made sense. He saw defiance. He saw someone claiming ownership of property he believed they couldn't own. He saw a situation that required control. Gloria stared at him, stunned. "Excuse me? I said get on the ground. Now. Quick question for you watching. Would you comply with an order like that in your own yard? Type your answer below." Gloria's voice was firm. "Officer, I will not get on the ground. I'm 70 years old and have arthritis. I just stood up. I'm not getting back down in my own yard." Matthew stepped closer, gripping his weapon. "You're refusing a lawful order. That's obstruction. It's not lawful. You have no cause to detain me. I'm on my property doing yard work." Across the street, A neighbor named Javier Montoya heard the raised voices and came outside, pulling out his phone to record. He'd known Gloria for 15 years. She baked cookies for his children. She wrote a recommendation letter for his son's law school application. "Officer," Javier shouted. "That's Judge Harper. She lives there." "What are you doing?" Matthew spun toward him. "Sir, step back. This doesn't concern you. It concerns me when my neighbor is being harassed in her own yard. That's retired Judge Gloria Harper. She's lived there longer than I've been alive." Matthew ignored him. "Final warning. Get on the ground or I will put you there." Gloria's hands trembled, not from fear but rage. 42 years in law, 31 as a judge, and now she was being threatened with force in her own yard for planting flowers. "I want your badge number. I want your supervisor's name. Now." Matthew grabbed her arm. "That's it. You're under arrest." Gloria instinctively pulled back. "Don't touch me." Matthew twisted her arm behind her back. Gloria cried out as pain shot through her shoulder. Javier yelled, still recording. "Stop! She's 70 years old." Another neighbor, Angela Whitfield, ran outside. "Matthew, stop! That's Judge Harper." But Matthew forced Gloria down onto her knees among the rocks. She wasn't resisting. Her body simply couldn't do what he demanded. "My knees don't work like that anymore," she strained. "Then you shouldn't have resisted." He shoved her harder. Gloria fell face down onto the stones, crying out as her shoulders struck the ground. Matthew planted his knee on her back and pulled out handcuffs. Neighbors poured outside. Phones recorded. Someone called 911. Matthew cuffed one wrist too tightly. "Officer," Gloria gasped. "I'm a retired Superior Court judge. My ID is inside." Matthew froze. "A retired judge?" The neighbors confirmed it. He finally looked around, the house, the car, the yard. The realization hit. He removed his knee. He removed the cuff. "I'm going to help you up." "How kind," Gloria replied sharply. The damage was already done.